Our first guest is facing a very scary situation. It is a matter of the heart, but in this case, it is her actual heart. 23-year-old Rana went for a much overdue checkup at her gynecologist. She was very surprised to then be rushed to the emergency room, told that she had third-degree heart block. Rana is joining us now via Skype from Michigan. Rana, so good to have you with us.
Thanks for joining us.
Can you explain to us what was going through your mind when you're being rushed from your appointment to the emergency department, and once there, kind of what you determined?
Well, yeah, basically I was at my gynecologist just doing regular checkups, and then she told me that I have a very slow heart rate. So she rushed me to the hospital, and right there they explained to me I was born with a third-degree complete heart block. I stayed there for one night, did several tests, and then I was back home and they didn't do anything. After this incident, I went to a couple doctors to get, like second opinion about my case. And I have received conflicting advices. Some doctors asking me to do the pacemaker as soon as possible. Other doctors are telling me, to leave everything aside, I'm okay. Because, I'm 23 years old right now, healthy, no problems, no symptoms. But honestly, I'm very concerned about my case. Am I at a high risk of a sudden cardiac arrest? Do I really need that pacemaker or not?
Well, these are really important questions, and for viewers watching, heart block, there are different types of heart block, but essentially the conduction of your heart's electrical wiring can be blocked, and when that occurs, obviously you can have untoward symptoms, and you're right to worry about things like, oh my gosh, what happens if this progresses? We were certainly concerned when we heard your story, so cardiologist Dr. Joel Kahn is joining us now via Skype. Dr. Kahn, I want to thank you so much for joining us, but also I know that you've had an opportunity to review Rana's records, and you, as a cardiologist, know how scary heart block can be.
Absolutely, and actually I'm very concerned about Rana, not at this moment, but over the next 6 or 12 months, because not only does she have probably congenital complete heart block, but her heart rate's running in the high 20s, the low 30s. I've reviewed records. She was just in the hospital with hours of dizziness. And I do believe there's some unresolved questions. If this is a slow heart rate by itself, there can be autoimmune issues. I think she needs some advanced blood work. Will be covered by insurance. I think she needs an MRI of her heart to look a little further into the question, is there anything else going on? Not at all to scare her, but once a pacemaker's in, you can't do an MRI as easily anymore. So this is the time to be thorough and make that. I think she'll need a pacemaker, but she's young, and there is a new type of pacemaker that is now wireless, no lump in the chest. So maybe holding off just a little bit till we can get her one of those, but I will help her. And I happen to practice very close to where she lives, and I can see her this week or beginning of next week. She will not wait at all.
Great news.
That's fantastic. Thank you. And Dr. Kahn, is this something that typically becomes more pronounced as people age, or why do you think she's getting this diagnosis now?
Yeah, I think it is just a serendipity of a doctor last year putting a finger on a pulse and realizing her heart rate was in the 30s. I do believe it's likely been the case. And yes, as she gets older, there is the chance that there'll be a little more scar tissue or something. So the way the heart right now, the top is not communicating with the bottom. If the bottom goes any slower, she will black out. And it is a possibility. There's even ways, I'm going to hook her up. You can, on your smartphone, run an actual electrocardiogram. She can do this at home whenever she wants. Simple ways to keep an eye on it while we do a little more testing and dig a little deeper. But I think, again, a wireless pacemaker, the new state of the art, no disfiguration of her chest, she's a very lovely lady, would be a great addition. And we'll get that arranged here in Michigan.
So
Dr.
cool.
Kahn, we cannot thank you enough for offering your services. And Rana, I want to applaud you for doing something. We often talk about getting a second opinion, maybe a third opinion, but we always also say you need to get the right opinion. When you're getting conflicting opinions, you're not sure what to do. That doesn't mean you just stop seeking answers. So I am really proud of you for continuing to seek answers, and we've hooked you up with the best of the best, and we wish you nothing but the best going forward.
Thank you so much.